Alrighty, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to another live stream, and a live stream that has been kind of brought up recently because my past has kind of been dug up by Dark Side Phil. Yeah, the guy who I used to be a fan of, used to be a moderator of, and we're gonna get into that. But I thought that I was completely separated from Phil, that there was no connection there between us anymore. But the other night, he was live streaming. What day was this on? I'm gonna have to go look at the video. But on February 10th, so yesterday, this was posted on his YouTube channel. But he was it was on Monday. He was streaming Minecraft, and near the tail end of the stream, he mentioned me, not by name, because he was trying to be polite, but he outright mentioned me. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Phil had to say, because this is something that honestly I never expected to be talked about by him ever again, or talk to him ever again, but we'll get into that. Okay, are you gonna talk, motherfucker? I rewind too much because holy shit.
What I think it is I think sadly a lot of people are very impressionable. Okay, I do. I think that in the modern society, young people are very, very, very impressionable, and it's very easy for them to fall in line with a common mentality or a common thought. That's what memes are at their core when you really think about it, right? A common recognition of something that everyone recognizes and knows what it is. And then you can say, yeah, I know that meme. Ha ha ha. That's why it's funny. Not the meme itself isn't funny. The fact that you know the meme and you can recognize and acknowledge the meme is somehow like a funny thing, or you get a feeling of recognition out of it, right? So I think that some people are just way too impressionable and fall into these weird circles of hate and circles of drama and circles of just stupid, immature shit. When a guy like me, I'm old enough that I don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't ever want to have anything to do with that. But I get sucked in because that's what my viewers are doing. You see what I'm saying? Like,
okay. And this is where it goes from him talking about his viewers getting sucked in to bringing up me. Now, here's what I've got a preference before we get into what Phil has to say. Yeah, I was a fan of DSP, and I was a fan of him for probably, I think, since 2008, 2009. Back whenever he did the Into Darkness or whatever DLC with John Rambo for Resident Evil 5. And I enjoyed the content for a while. And I was a bit of a fanboy. I was a young kid. I was impressionable. We all have been there. We all were either fans of him to begin with, or we were people that just didn't like him, but, liked to see him fail. I was one of the people that genuinely liked him. And the thing that drives me nuts is that I was so blind to how he was acting because I was such a young kid, and I just saw this YouTuber who I was like, hey, I relate to him. He likes wrestling. I like wrestling. He likes this video game. I like this video game. And I basically became a fan. Well, in 2013, and I'm going to probably show this. Here we go. Give me 1 second. I went to the Screw Attack Gaming Convention. And you can see me right here, standing like a dork, with my Modern Warfare 3 bag, with my baby face, double chinned ass, and I met Phil. I met the completionist Gerard and Greg. I met John Rambo, who was a really cool dude, who honestly was probably the best part of the trip, was meeting John Rambo, because he actually wanted to talk. But let's see what Phil recognizes and remembers from this trip.
Like, I'll give you a perfect example. There is a kid, and by the way, I'm not going to give you any names or anything specific or anything here, okay? I'm not going to do that. But there was a kid who was a fan of mine back in the day, and he actually met me in real life. We spent some time together. We hung out at one of the conventions that I had attended, and You know, I signed some of his stuff. He was a really nice kid. Now, he was younger. I would say probably he was in his teens, maybe early 20s, but I think he was in his teens when I met him.
Yeah, we met and we talked for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes I talked to him because the rest of the time he went and basically was doing the Iron Man of gaming competition, which I wasn't bugging him about. There was actually a kid there that basically was following him around the entire convention. And you could tell, like, if any of those vlogs ever showed up where you see Phil outside the Iron Man of gaming thing, there's this one kid who is just pestering him and bugging him the entire trip. The entire trip, he is basically going and bugging him. And it wasn't the Air Raid Lord. I have no clue. He was just some kid. I didn't even talk to the guy. He was just like, it's okay, Phil. You'll do better, Phil. It's okay, Phil, because Phil wasn't doing good in the Iron Man of gaming competition. I was doing my own thing. I was meeting the completionist who I had a lot more respect for. And basically, I was there to meet Phil, but Phil was doing his own thing. I was like, okay, I'm not going to bug him. Cool. Fine by me. I went and hung out with John Rambo and OJ. They were cool. They wanted to talk. They actually gave a shit. Where basically, this was one of those times where, you know, Phil was, you know, dealing with whatever the fuck he was doing with the Iron Man gaming. But yeah, I was pretty cool with him. I didn't pester him. I basically just hung around the convention.
Okay. And really nice case. I love your content. You know, I
True.
love everything you do on YouTube or whatever.
Not everything.
Genuinely a fan and everything. Okay. Now, after that convention, that kid went home and said, you know, I'd like, you know, could I maybe moderate for you? And he actually moderated for me for a while and did some stuff, you know, as a volunteer for a little bit, which was very nice of him. Okay. Out of his, the kindness of his own heart or whatever. Okay. Years later, now let me give a premise here. I haven't heard from this kid in years. Basically, he was a mod of mine. He kind of vanished, disappeared for like over 2 years. I never heard a word, a peep out of this kid. So I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's, you know, how he's doing or whatever. No clue, right? I don't know. All I know is that, you know, the only interaction I ever had with this guy was a very positive one at a convention years and years ago. Probably, I would say at this point, thinking back, probably about 7-8 years ago. All right. So years later, all right, all of a sudden, I find out this kid hates my guts. Now,
okay, the kid hates his guts thing. So let's kind of preference this myself, because when it comes to that, I didn't hate his guts. And after the convention, I was a moderator for him for about 1.5 to 2 years. I did moderate for him. And honestly, moderate wasn't really a good term for it. It was more that I came in the chat and basically dealt with shit as it came. I never falsely banned anyone. I never did any like flagging of, oh, you're talking shit, get banned. I wasn't that kind of moderator. I usually just chilled back and let others deal with it. And then I did it if it was like something really bad or fucked up. Basically, I moderated, and then it was 2014 or 2015 when I saw a video, and it was from King of Hate, or yeah, no, not King of Hate, but this right here from Ask the King. And there was a certain episode, and fuck it, we'll just scroll to it real fast, which I can't access anymore because the fucker deleted it. But it's when I totally noticed and realized how fucked up a person he was. Basically, this video right here that's private is one that he was talking about amiibos. Now, does everyone remember his amiibo rants? Yeah, basically, he did this a whole rant about amiibo. Now, in this video that's private now, one of the people asked him about amiibos and said something around the lines of, I like amiibos, I collect amiibos, do you know, at least understand and respect that? Well, DSP basically called him an idiot and said, you're buying into Nintendo's shit. You're buying into their shit and you're falling for their trap. Yeah, it was during the Timbo days. Yeah, Timbo Slice and stuff. But I basically was like, wait a second, what? I kind of like got that moment of recognition. I was like, okay, he's an asshole. That was a dick move. And I silently, because I didn't want to basically cause drama, I silently just removed myself as a mod and left. I didn't email him. I didn't tell him. I just walked. Because I wasn't someone who was going to start drama or anything at the time. I was doing my own thing. I was starting my own channel, which right here, GamerJLee playthroughs, reviews, and unboxings. This is just different art that I had. And now this is my channel now. I never talked about Darkside Phil in any of my content. And it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk and do my own thing. He's got mods. He can do whatever he wants. Well, years later, I made one joke, and thank you for the follow on that. I actually am covering that up, unfortunately. Let me actually move that down so you guys can see it. I made one joke about DSP. One joke, and it wasn't even directly at him. It was a joke about, does anyone here know who JTech TV is? The PlayStation fanboy, the PlayStation console fanboy who gets in arguments with Fratanga and all those guys. That guy. Basically, Fratanga said that he'd pull the DSP. I still wasn't blocked by DSP, and I just decided throw his name in the tag because we were talking about him. And Fratanga was blocked by him, so he couldn't. So basically, I make the joke that JTech TV is the new DSP because of the incident. Well, what happened is I got blocked. My main account, GamerJLee, got blocked by Darkside Phil. And I was like, okay, you thin-skinned son of a bitch. All right, I see how it's going to be. And every once in a while, I'll take jabs at him whenever he does something wrong. Now, am I going to do the fucked up stuff that some detractor channels do? No. I'm not going to dox him. I'm not going to attack his wife or whatever the fuck. I didn't do any of that. All I did was criticize the dude who was on stream and the things he did on stream. I didn't go after his wife. She's done nothing. I don't know her. I don't care. It's that guy who I was criticizing. And the thing is that, yeah, some people say a little too much and get a little out of hand. Now, does he deserve the criticism? Yeah. But does he deserve to say, hey, you should go out back and shoot your wife in the back of the head because she looks like a horse? No. I think that's a little too far. I think that's just a little too far for my taste, but I can understand the frustration with him. So let's see what he has to say about GamerJLee without saying it's GamerJLee. Shall we?
Now, keep in mind, I haven't had any interaction with this kid since I met him in person, and he offered later on to be a moderator for me, and he had been an on or off moderator for me, and then he disappeared. So we're talking 2-3 years later since I never heard from this kid.
Stop calling me a fucking kid, you cunt!
He talks.
Oh my god! That's like the 7th or 8th time that he fucking called me a kid. Jesus Christ! I was 19 in 2013. He just keeps calling me a fucking kid over and over again. It's hilarious.
About me on social media all the time, riffing on me, making fun of me, insulting me and my family, and he's regular in detractor circles and all that. And I'm like, so what happened? Because here's the thing:
wait a minute. I'm a regular in detractor circles. The only two people I've had any true interaction with on Twitter is Fratanga and Soma Julius Cruz. Those are the only two people. I've never made a video. I've criticized him on Twitter. I've directly criticized him. I've basically done all that, but I've never gone and made a video on him. I've never done any of that shit. I'm in the major detractor circle. Look at my fucking channel, dude. Does my channel look like a detractor channel to you? I'm talking about Gears of War and Halo. Thank you for the nickel. I do silly shit on my YouTube channel. Do I look like a detractor channel? Total detractor alert. Totally, Matt. Good to see you, buddy. But it's so stupid. He wants to label me this because I made one fucking joke about the dude. it's crazy. It's ridiculous. But I've made fun of him because of the things he's done. I've criticized him. I never made a joke about how he looks. I've never made a joke about, you know, how he acts. I've criticized the person. I've never attacked his looks. I never attacked his wife. But I'm part of the detractor circle. But when it comes to Phil, he thinks that I'm one of his greatest haters, one of these bad guys. And all I can remember about whenever I met Phil in 2013 was he was antsy and just wanted to make content. John and OJ were the most sincere, like, open people that love to talk and basically tell you about their content. They were extremely sincere, extremely, you know, honest about their content and wanting to basically go and have everyone, you know, grow. And basically he was honestly a good dude. Leanna just sat at the booth and rolled her eyes. She was rolling her eyes like the goddamn Undertaker, just wanting to leave. She was like, oh, I don't want to be here. And she was my same age. We were both 19 at the time. So that's the funny thing is she's sitting there and she was like, yeah, Panda Taker. She was rolling her eyes in the back of her head like, I don't want to be here. And then later that night, I'm going to remember this till the day I die. I'm leaving the downstairs area where there was the open arcade and people were hanging out. You know, the completionist was hanging out. Greg was there. All those guys, Peanut Butter Gamer and so on and so forth. And I go and I'm coming up the escalator and Phil, Leanna, John, and OJ are coming down. And I'm like, hey, Phil. Phil looks pissed off. Leanna looks pissed off. And John and OJ are in the back, like, just like, oh, fuck, something went down. I don't know whatever went down, but literally they were just like brewing. Next day they left. They left basically right after the whole thing. Yeah, John Ram, I quit. Fuck this guy. And I don't blame John because John was actually pissed off. And this is something that I talked to him privately about. I talked to him about this when him and OJ were outside the panel hall. He's like, I'm just frustrated because Phil said he was going to give us more time on the panel to talk about Schnozman and Hole Punch. And we didn't get that time. We didn't get that time at all. We got time to show it and then he moved on from there. But when it comes to the whole thing with Phil, I met him back in 2013, was a mod, and realized that he was a piece of shit. I basically realized that he was not the guy who I was a fan of, and I walked. So let's see what the hell he has to say, because he goes on for a while about this.
I have anything to do with it? No. I don't even know what happened. I had lost contact with the kid. The kid had stopped coming to my stream, stopped watching my content. To my understanding, what he told me was that he wasn't going to be able to actively watch my stuff or attend my streams anymore because his life was getting very busy. Like, he had personal stuff going on in his life. Something with his parents had a store, and he was getting older, so his parents were telling him that they had to help him run the store and stuff like that. So, okay, I understand that. Not a big deal. I never asked that you be at every stream or or look at every comments of every video.
Okay. That is the first thing that he is lying about. I never made the excuse that I needed to go work at my parents' store, my dad's store, to basically quit. I walked. Phil, I walked away. I didn't give you any notice. I just walked. You left me a mod until 2017, 2018 when you came back to Twitch. I was still a mod. I was fucking shocked when I walked in there and I was still a mod. You didn't give a shit. You didn't know. You're making up a bullshit narrative right now to try and say I made some excuse to leave. I walked, Phil. I didn't give you any notice. I didn't tell you jack dilly shit. And I'd be fucking shocked if you went and actually showed some proof of that. But knowing you, that ain't gonna fucking happen, pal. That ain't gonna happen because you're too afraid. You wouldn't even respond to me on fucking Twitter. I had to go on my alternate Twitter account just to try and say, dude, talk to me. You want to say something, say it to my fucking face. But no. Basically, he decided, Oh, he said something about his work. No, because back whenever I went to SGC and met you, motherfucker, I basically said, yeah, I work with my dad because my dad was with me. My dad and I came to Texas, hung out. And what's funny is about my dad knew he was going to be a piece of shit. He was like, dude, my dad was drinking that night. And I came back up to the hotel room after enjoying the con for the entire day. He says, you know, that Phil guy's a piece of shit. He's going to turn out to be nothing. I recommend you bounce. I'm like, nah, he's okay. He's not the best guy in the world, but he's okay. And I didn't realize how bad it was going to get. And then when the Amiibo video dropped, I knew how bad it was going to get. So basically, I walked. I didn't fucking give him any notice. I didn't say I wasn't going to be doing anything anymore. I walked.
And then, you know, not having contact with him for years and years. And then all of a sudden finding out now this guy hates my guts. Now this guy literally, you know, thinks he calls me a scumbag and all this. I'm like, now wait a minute. I haven't talked with you. You have no reason to feel that way unless you just got caught up with so much crap and so much negativity about me on the internet. You used to actually genuinely watch my content and love it, right? And now,
yeah, I used to love your content back when it was decent. Back when John Rambo was doing co-op with you and you guys did the Resident Evil run, and I actually enjoyed your Mass Effect shit back in the day. I was a fanboy at the time. I didn't wake up yet from your bullshit. And when I say you're a scumbag, yes, you're a scumbag. You're a manipulative son of a bitch. You are not a good person, Phil. Now, do I hate your guts? No. Do I hope something bad happens to you? No, because already bad shit's happening to you. You're already fucking in debt $500,000. You're a joke. You're a joke, Phil. And that's the truth of the matter. You're a fucking joke, and you're always going to be a joke. And how you survived over some of the much better, more talented content creators like the Creatures, which there's only one or two of them left that are still making content. Like Dan pops up every once in a while. Seamus is AFK. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. Nova is still doing great content. He does great live streams here on Twitch. And Kutra was a fucking son of a bitch who basically threw away friendship for business, just like you did, Phil. You threw away friendship for business. And that's why John Rambo turned against you. That's why Howard turned against you. That's why everyone's turned against you. That's why no one wants anything to do with you. That's why no one gives a shit about you. And that's why no one ever wants to talk to you. And you know what's funny is you're so skeptical about everyone's intentions about you that you're gonna throw it all away. You throw away opportunities to go on the Peasants podcast, the Drunken Peasants podcast, because their people are toxic. I can't deal with You're toxic, you motherfucker. Don't even get me started.
Now, apparently you hate it. Like, what? I didn't change.
Yes, you did.
I didn't have no direct contact with this guy that he would just start hating on me. But it seems like that was a thing that happened with a lot of people. At one point, when it was popular to like Darkside Phil on YouTube, when Phil was the underdog, oh man, he's the independent content creator who, you know, strive to do things differently. He doesn't have sponsors. He doesn't have a team up with nobody. He's not on a team.
People wanted to team up with you, and then they realized how much of a dickhead you were. Are you fucking serious, Phil? You're saying that he doesn't have sponsors, he doesn't have any team ups. You were looking for sponsors, you motherfucker. This is jokes. This is hypocritical shit. He's always been looking for sponsors. He's always been trying to get deals. And yeah, the detractors cost him those deals, but it's also him and his toxic personality. You know, the thing is that it wasn't your content that drove me away. It wasn't, you know, these allegations of all this different skeptical shit. It was your behavior towards the people that supported you and would ask you such basic questions, but then you got all skeptic on them and accused them of being toxic or, you know, trying to harass you. That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter, Phil. You're the problem, not the viewers. You don't know how to take criticism. You don't know how to take a joke, and you don't know how to deal with people.
It's like all of a sudden, somehow it just mob mentality, right? This weird kind of getting caught up in these viral movements. Now just hate on Phil. It's like, but why? Why really? And that's the funny thing that I've always noticed is when you really ask people why don't they like me, there's no quick consensus. Like,
No one had your back, Phil. No one did. We were there as fans and we were happy to be moderators. We basically were fine with that. But as soon as we woke up and realized how big of a piece of shit you were and how you mistreated your viewers, especially your girlfriend at the fucking time, Leanna, she was a cunt. Straight up cunt. Not gonna lie. I had private talks with her on Xbox Live. She was a cunt. No joke. But the thing is that when it came to you, you would go in these little chat groups and stuff and basically say, kick him out. Ban him. Ban this fucker from my chat. You were like Wings of Redemption. And it took me so long to wake up. And you know, the thing is that, yeah, I know that people are going to say, you were a moderator for him. You were a fan of him. Yeah, I was blind. I was blind at the time. I'll admit that. I made mistakes. And the funny thing is that I guarantee you, the community, the people that basically realize that I'm criticizing him now, and I explained, look, I was a mod. I was a fan. And they're like, yeah, we were all fans too. It happens. You at least woke up and realized that he's a big piece of shit.
oh,
Yes, you are.
He did this horrible thing. He insults his fans. Like, but wait a minute.
That's the reason why I left. You insult your fans. You insult your fans. You insulted a guy for enjoying Meebos. $200 to show it, $2,000 to show a cat. Exactly. You manipulated your audience to earn money. Now, okay, I disagree with the pedophile shit. I'm not going to talk on that. But yeah, he's a greedy fuck. He's a scumbag. He's a manipulator. But it was just crazy. And then when I hear about the cat and stuff, I'm like, are you fucking serious? And I watched the whole stream. I didn't just watch clips. I watched the whole fucking stream. And the whole time he's like, well, if we don't reach it, we're not going to do it. And then he goes on the corner and says, oh yeah, I was going to do it. Of course I was going to show the cat, dude. It's for content, dude. No, it was to manipulate your audience and to give you more donations. Let's be fucking honest.
Can you actually call out like definitive segments of things that have there's proof of what you're saying? And they'll just bring up the conspiracy theories. They'll bring up the shit that, again, the shit that the detractors say.
I just brought up legitimate facts. Stuff that you've tried to hide from your audience, motherfucker. See this right here? You tried hiding that. You privated the fucking video, dude. Right there is the exact clip that really woke me up to your bullshit. And you hit it. I literally would never have talked about you ever again whenever it comes to streaming or anything if you didn't talk about me. Because here's the thing, I don't like to be lied about. I don't like to be said that I'm a detractor, I'm toxic and manipulative. No, I'm a dickhead. Yeah, that's for damn sure. But I'm not a fucking hate-filled son of a bitch like you. I actually care about my viewers. I appreciate my viewers. And you know, even if the people that are in this chat right now that just came here for me talking about you, if they don't stick around, I still appreciate them. I still appreciate the support that people have done to come in here and watch. Now, is this stream good? Is it bad? I don't know. But all I know is that it's a joke. You're a joke. And the fact that you wanted to bring this up on your stupid live stream and basically you could have said my name, dude.
Clicktacular.
Say my name. I'm not afraid. Say my name. It's like the fucking Walter White thing. Say my name. GamerJLee, you're goddamn right. And people put it together. I was fucking chilling, and all of a sudden,
Clicktacular.
thank you. By the way, thank you guys so much for the follows. I really appreciate it. I was chilling watching Dragon Ball with my girlfriend, and all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up. Hey, is this you that he's talking about? With a clip of this. Yeah. So it's literally a joke. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it.
None of that is true, you know, But this is the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like,
thank you guys
they
so
won't
much.
ever have evidence. They won't ever be able to say, "Oh, here's a video." Well, that video is a detractor saying that I was being bad, and then taking an auto-reference clip that doesn't actually prove anything. But that's
Even if it was out of reference, I've gone back and done my research to get the full context. Is there times that people manipulate clips? Yeah. There are definitely times that people manipulate the clips to make you sound worse than you are. I've caught, a ton of people doing it. But I'm smart enough to go and say, okay, let's go back and get the context, ladies and gentlemen, and watch the whole thing. The whole thing. And you're still a piece of shit. You still talk down to viewers. If they ask you a question, you take it as hate.
Spectacular.
Thank you, Jake. Much appreciated.
It's their evidence, and in their mind, it just becomes this mob mentality. This is true. And it seems like that's what happened on the internet.
Also,
with
I'm
me
making that
was,
snort noise to make fun of him.
It wasn't anything that I 100% ever said or did that completely turned everyone on me. It was that This Is How You Don't Play became popular on YouTube, and it became the popular thing to make fun of me by any means necessary to get a laugh or to get popularity.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everyone moved along with this movement. Right? Like, I had to say it again. There's
Wait. I want to. Oh, he's going to reference this here in a second. This cheer.
other streamers who people regularly tell me, oh, I can reference this thing the streamer did that's absolutely ludicrous, over the top. That's why everyone hates that streamer. Okay, but what about me? Oh,
What
well, it's
about
just the usual
you?
things. You're a scammer. You're this or that. I'm like, yeah, but where's the evidence?
It's like a record player. Where's the evidence? Where's your proof that I'm a scammer? Okay, the cat. Okay, with the tax money, the money, the what was it? It wasn't Project 7. It was something else that he got, like, what, $5,000 or something like that. The wedding. There's been tons of proof. And why in the fuck should we believe you if you say otherwise? You've lied to people enough times for us to basically want to walk.
Spectacular.
Why in the world would we believe a word that came out of your mouth? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Burnell? Anyone? No, because you're fucking afraid. And here's the thing. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm a small streamer. I'm a nobody. But I've gotten better equipment. I've worked my ass off, and I try and bring a better, more quality content than you do. I try to actually entertain my viewers, interact with my viewers, and give a damn. I'm not afraid of you. You're afraid of me. You're a manipulative cunt, and you can't do anything besides whine and bitch and drink. And that's what happens whenever you go and you break every friendship you ever had. You break all the trust with your viewers, with your friends, and you backstab everyone.
You see? Or else how could you have someone like this kid who was a fan of mine, a genuine
I swear to God, if you call me a kid one more fucking time.
fan, years later with no contact with this kid, now he hates me. It's like, what? Does it even make any logical sense? Of course not.
I disliked you when you banned me you blocked me on Twitter, you blocked my email, you banned me and removed me from your Twitch. That's whenever I disliked you. I don't hate you. I pity you, motherfucker. I pity you. You are sad, pathetic. I pity you. I don't hate you. I pity you. Because literally, all he's doing is burying his own life. He's killing. He's just killing his own career, and he doesn't realize it. I pity him. He's so ignorant to what he does that he doesn't help himself, and I don't think he could. I don't think he could.
Is it just that you're just never gonna forgive me or believe that I've changed? So basically, it doesn't ever matter if I ever improve. I'm always fucked, right? How is that fair? How is that giving anyone a real chance? You know what I mean? So because I made mistakes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, that's it? I'm just a laughingstock of the internet forever because you just fucking won't grow up and give me a chance?
Again, I'm 26 years old. I was a fan of you back when I was like teenager, and then up till I was 19, and then I moved on. I was a fan. I was an adult. I grew up. I'm doing pretty damn good for myself. I own my own apartment. I don't own any debt. I'm doing pretty good for myself. I've got a pretty damn good setup if you look. Shure SM7B, an actual good mic arm. I'm doing pretty good for myself. I grew up. I've got a girlfriend that's moving in with me who is actually being a contributor and helping me grow. What is your wife doing? That's my question. Phil, I don't hate you. I pity you. You disgust me. You're a joke. I enjoy watching your suffering. I enjoy listening to people criticize you and giving you the criticism you deserve. I honestly enjoy, hearing what people have to say and speaking the truth about you because you won't accept it. And he can't blame anyone else but himself. That's the truth. It's not John Rambo's fault. It's not Howard's fault. It's not the fans' fault. It's his.